It's already set up on there, so you don't have to go to another page. We're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CCBC Essex for today's women's lacrosse contest. We have the Onondaga Lasers coming into the Coliseum here at CCBC Essex to take on the Knights, who are looking for their second victory in a row, as the CCBC Essex Lady Knights got a victory yesterday afternoon against the Genesee Cougars in what was a very exciting contest. We're going to see another very exciting contest this afternoon as the Onondaga Lasers go up against the Knights. These two teams is a great rivalry between these two teams. They're historically known as two of the better programs in the conference. Onondaga Lasers, perennial all-stars, really. This could be a very good game, and we're going to toss things over to our PA announcer for the starting lineups in just one moment. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to introduce you to the game starters, beginning with our visitors from Onondaga. Midfield, number 3, Molly Beck. Attack, number 6, Molly Martincio. Midfield, number 9, Christy Allen. Midfield, number 10, Vanessa Babcock. Midfield, number 11, Lacey Cowles. Attack, number 12, Cass Myers. Defense, number 14, Carrie Bellamy. Attack, number 18, Camille O'Kane. Defense, number 22, Clara O'Kane. Attack, number 24, Megan Evelinskia. And in goal, number 30, Chloe Tassione. The Lasers are led by head coach Tom McDonald, who is assisted by Leah Sinea, Joseph Kellogg, and Nicole White. And now the starting lineups for your CCBC Essex Knights. Defense, number 1, Laura de Guzman. Defense, number 2, Nicole Campbell. Defense, number 4, Deasia Cabilla. Midfield, number 5, Hunter Giangrasso. Midfield, number 8, Tiana Hapsis. Attack, number 12, Alexis Corbett-Fennicle. Midfield, number 13, Leela Tingler. Midfield, number 14, Sabrina Lupus. Midfield, number 16, Madison D'Amico. Attack number 20, Mackenzie Lane. Attack number 21, Aaron Moran. Defense number 23, Marissa Hernandez. And starting in goal for the Knights, number 19, Taylor Stambow. The Knights are led by head coach Candace Schroeder. At this time, we ask all that are able to please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and the men and women of the armed forces with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, here at CCBC Essex, we embody the spirit of sportsmanship because it is an important component of being a student athlete. We ask that you please refrain from the use of profanity and let all spectators remain positive in cheering for their favorite team. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knights would like to take this opportunity to thank the following sponsors: MedStar Sports Medicine, the official training partner of CCBC Athletics. Madison Bank of Maryland, proud supporter of CCBC Essex Athletics. Visit WBofMD.com to learn more. The CCBC Associate of Applied Science Digital Media Productions Department, the official broadcast partner of CCBC Athletics. And fans, please don't forget about our Lace Up with Lax event ending homelessness one step at a time here at the CCBC Essex Stadium on March 20th. There'll be a doubleheader of lacrosse action starting at 4 when the men are in action, and then the women's team will be in action at 6 o'clock. Please bring mostly black new shoes for children, items to be donated to the Eastern Family Resource Center, and cash donations also accepted. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the pregame spiel, met the players, and heard from our sponsors that help keep the lights on here at CCBC. And now we are ready for women's lacrosse action. The two teams are headed out onto the field. The Onondaga Lasers in the visiting Carolina blue uniforms. I don't know if that's how they would describe them, but that's what it looks like to me. And the white jerseys, that's going to be the CCBC Essex Knights. And, man, this is going to be a very entertaining contest. This is going to be a contest that I think the first 5 minutes is going to say a lot. The Knights cannot allow the Onondaga Lasers to get too far out in front here in this game, cannot allow them to maybe start to run away with it. So the first 5 minutes is going to say a lot. This is a Knights team that yesterday when they played Genesee played from out front pretty much all game long. I'm sure they'd like to have that happen again here as well, but the Lasers definitely going to have different plans. Starting at the face-off X, ball's up in the air. First win of the game for the Knights. That's Madison D'Amico. She can't hold the ball on her stick for very long as it's taken away, and now here come the Lasers. Onondaga up in the upstate New York area, so long trip down to Baltimore. Here at the Coliseum, and what a play to start the game for the Lasers. Great teamwork there. You saw the hug afterwards, knows that the pass was certainly prettier than the shot on that play. Shot was pretty easy, honestly, after that pass. Pass set up Molly Beck for the easy goal. First goal of the game for the Lasers comes not even 30 seconds into the game. Molly Beck scores. Got a quick turnaround for the Lasers. Madison D'Amico won that opening faceoff, and then she had the ball pretty much stolen away from her immediately afterwards, and then the Lasers went on the attack and got a goal before anyone could blink. That Lasers goal was scored by number 3, Molly Beck. 2 turntables and a microphone for Molly Beck. And now she's got a goal to go along with that as well. Where it's at. Here come the Knights. Good opportunity here. Get this game back at even. The Knights had a lot of opportunities yesterday against the Genesee Cougars on the restart. Lasers, I don't know if they're going to commit as many penalties. This is a very well-coached team. The Knights may have to try and create offense themselves as opposed to having offense created for them after turnovers and restarts. The Knights certainly have the offensive firepower to be able to do that, though. You got 2 players like Mackenzie Lane and Alexis Corbett-Fenical. Those are 2 players you know you can put the ball on their stick and they can go make something happen for themselves or a teammate. Right there, Mackenzie Lane was trying to find a passing lane so she could get that pass off, but she had it stolen away from her before. But good play by Mackenzie Lane on the restart to get that ball back. Well, I thought she was going to get that ball back. Madison D'Amico scoops up the ground ball after the bad pass by the Lasers. Here come the Knights once again in the middle. Not a lot of movement away from the ball right now. Here's Madison D'Amico. Has some space in front of her, but that space is quickly shut out. Knights, once again, still not a lot of movement away from the ball. Move right into the crease. Nice play. Number 5, Hunter Giangrasso. I thought she was looking for the pass to go behind the cage to Mackenzie Lane. She faked the pass, cut right in front of the crease, buried the shot. First goal of the game for Hunter Giangrasso. She had 1 yesterday. She's got 1 now. And we are back at even at 1 apiece. That is, the Knights definitely didn't start this game the way they wanted to, giving up that quick goal to the Lasers, but a great job by the Knights to not let that get them down and get right back into this game with a quick play. That Knights goal was scored by number 5, Hunter Giangrasso. Giangrasso with the goal there, and here's Alexis Corbett-Fenical. You know she's thinking about one thing, and that's shoot. Maybe would have been better off looking for the pass there. Alexis had to work overtime to get into a scoring position there, and it just wasn't there. Luckily for her, she was bailed out with a bad foul by the Lasers. Alexis Corbett-Fenical. She's got a restart here. She's going for the shot. She's not going to have a lot of time. She's got 2 players right in front of her. She's going to have to go for a quick shot right after the whistle or the pass. And goes for the pass, Madison D'Amico, and she can't catch it, and it rolls safely to the goalkeeper for the Lasers. I thought that Chloe Tessino was in between the pipes for the Lasers. Actually, Mackenzie O'Brien, number 23. On the score sheet, it says they have 2 goalies playing in the starting lineup today. So Chloe Tessino, who's listed as a goalkeeper, is playing in the field right now. Here are the Lasers trying to get back into the driver's seat, take the lead once again. Shot, better save, but the foul before the shot, so Lasers will still remain with possession of the ball here. Quick shot, better save. Man, that was very impressive. I think it deflected off the stick. Either that or that was just a really inaccurate shot. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, though. Here are the Lasers. Up top. Oh, Madison D'Amico kind of fell asleep there on the defensive side. Didn't see that her defender in front of her was cutting towards the basket. Luckily, didn't end up resulting in a goal. Another good shot on goal there for the Lasers, but another good save by Stambow. Lasers working it around the circle, as I like to call it. Now behind the cage, to the front of the cage. Could not complete the pass, but the ground ball scooped up by the Lasers. That was great picture-perfect lacrosse, lulling the defense to sleep a little bit there, and then finding the cutting player at the middle. Just could not complete the pass. This is a very good offensive possession for the Lasers right now. 50 seconds on the shot clock. So still a lot of time for them to get something going. A lot of time for them to lull that defense back to sleep. Have someone cut towards the middle. Instead, they go for a pick play. Shot, goal! Great pick play there by the Lasers. A little bit of a pick and roll kind of move. Instead of passing it to the rolling defender, they took the shot instead, and Molly Beck, where it's at. That Lasers goal was scored by number 3, Molly Beck. Here come the Lasers. Ground ball. Who's going to get it? It is scooped up by the Lasers, but man, that was a bad pass by Taylor Stambow. Almost came back to haunt her. She's trying to just scoop it over to, or dump it over to one of her defenders. I don't know if that was on purpose or by accident, but that almost was a disaster. Could have easily been the third goal of the game there for the Lasers. Stambow playing the walk-up game. Looking for somebody to pass to. Good ride on, put on by the Lasers. Almost resulted in a turnover, but it will result in a foul instead. Knights. This is looking like a game where the speedsters were going to come into play, like Tiana Hapsis right there. Put the ball on her stick. She can get it from defense to offense with some urgency. Behind the cage and scooped and put over towards the goalie of the Lasers. Whose ball is it, though? Some confusion on whose possession. It will be the Lasers' possession. Mackenzie Lane, ball on her stick. Actually, it's the Knights' possession. Lasers thought they were getting it. Mackenzie Lane looking for somebody to pass to, does find, I believe that's Tiana Hapsis. Hapsis tried to kind of just scoop it in. No, that's not Hapsis. That's Aaron Moran. Moran tried to just scoop it in almost with a golf shot. Goalkeeper was able to get the ball before she was. Nice move on the ground ball. The defenseman for the Onondaga Onondaga Lasers, Allie Harris, made a nice move there as Allie Harris almost turned that ball over right in front of Alexis Corbett-Fennicle, and if Fennicle could have got that, she could have taken it to the goal. And we've got a timeout on the field, an injury timeout, I believe. Allie Harris took a shot on that one, and Mackenzie Lane is standing on the sidelines in the penalty area, so I think there's a penalty on her. Yeah, 2 minutes. Wow. So this is a big opportunity for the Lasers. Already up in this one 2-1. Opportunity to make it 3-1, possibly even more with some goals here on this two-man advantage. Or 2 minute, one-man advantage, excuse me. Lasers got somebody behind the cage, but elect to go around the circle, counterclockwise. Now behind the cage. Got someone cutting there. Great defense, though. Close out. Another shot by Beck, and another goal. Easy. Molly Beck now 3 goals in the game already. What an impressive start to this game. Bottles and cans and just clap your hands. Just clap your hands. Where it's at. Unreleasable penalty, it looks like, unless she's about to come out once the goal is confirmed. Some confusion on the field as Mackenzie Lane now does come back into the game. Two teams will be at even strength now. The Onondaga Lasers have now seen their lead go from 2 to 1. Or excuse me, from 1 to 2. That Lasers goal was scored by number 3, Molly Beck. Molly Beck, midfield sophomore out of Mexico Academy, Mexico, New York. Learn something new every day because I didn't know there was a Mexico, New York. Hunter Giangrasso, ball on her stick as she gives it up to Tiana Hapsis. Giangrasso, the only goal scorer in the game so far for the Knights. Alexis Corbett-Fennicle, pass over. Giangrasso trying to spin off the defender. Great defensive move there by the Lasers' number 9, Christy Allen. Mackenzie Lane, ball on her stick, trying to find something, trying to find a teammate, trying to find an opening, something. This defense for the Lasers is picture perfect. She splits the double team, gets in the front of the crease, and can't finish as the ball was popped out of the stick right before she was about to get that shot off. What an incredible move by Mackenzie Lane just to get into a shooting position. She split the double team and almost got herself a goal because of it, but the Lasers are knocking on opportunity's door. They may get a goal because of the turnover. Knights race back into position, and the defense is set up, but let's see what the Lasers have in store. The Lasers have done a great job working the ball around and waiting for something to open up for them and then just taking advantage of it. All 3 of Molly Beck's goals have pretty much come off nice moves where the ball's being moved around from side to side, and then Molly Beck just cuts towards the basket, cuts towards the goal, makes a play like she did right there. Actually, that's not Molly Beck. That's number 6, Molly Martinicio, sophomore attackman out of Binghamton, New York. I did know that area. Nice move there by the other Molly on the team. Molly Beck with 3 goals, and now Molly Martinicio gets in on that as well with a goal of her own. Nice move. Get into a scoring area and being able to finish even with the defense nearby, and it's now 4-1, 20 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. That Lasers goal was scored by number 6, Molly Martinicio. Here come the Knights. Cougars trying to put a double team on Madison D'Amico and steal that ball away, but it was stolen, or it was taken away illegally as Madison D'Amico gets the ball back on the restart. I don't know if she's going to be able to go 1-on-10 here, or maybe she can. She got around 3 defenders when it looked like one of them was going to be able to get the ball away from her. Somehow she got past those 3 defenders and found Hunter Giangrasso. Nice move, little stutter step, gets into a scoring area and finishes. What a move by Hunter Giangrasso. Little stutter step around the defender, gets in front of the crease and buries that shot. I believe it was a bounce shot too. Either that or it was just real low. Regardless, that was a very nice move from Hunter Giangrasso. All of that set up by the nice move by Madison D'Amico. Great 2-man offense being operated right there. Led to the goal. 4-2 now is the score. We have played a full 10 minutes in this first half. Remember, the women at this, they play 2 30-minute halves instead of the 4 15-minute quarters. Here come the Lasers on the attack. The attack is open wide for the Lasers. Defense was a little slow to react for the Knights, and it led to a goal. Just taking advantage of what the defense gave them there, the Lasers were. The Knights defense was really late to get back into position. Number 12 for the Lasers, Cass Myers. Attackman out of Mexico Academy in Mexico, New York. Cass Myers, sophomore, makes this a 5-2 game. Lasers, anything you can do, I can do better now. It's looking like. That Lasers goal was scored by number 12, Cass Myers. Lasers on the attack again. And almost a goal, but a penalty called on Lauren de Guzman. She'll take a seat in the penalty area for at least a minute. I think a push from behind. You don't want to give up fouls, but honestly, I think that was a good foul to give up, because if Lauren would not have made that play, it would have been an easy goal. And You want to have to have them work for it maybe just a little bit. Still going to be tough to keep the Lasers from scoring here on the advantage, but it'll be easier to do that with the defense already set up. The defense wasn't set up on that last offensive possession for the Lasers. That's what led to the goal and the foul. Lasers, nice fake out there. Looked like they were going to go for the shot on the restart. Instead, they went for the pass. They're going to work this ball around. They've got 2 minutes. Whistle away from the ball. Possession will remain with the Lasers. Lasers working this ball around. Not much urgency right now on the face of the Lasers, and you can hardly blame them. They've been in the driver's seat in this game pretty much from the opening whistle. Scoreboard may not reflect it that as much as it's only a 3-point game, but the Lasers have really dominated play here. Molly Beck, goal scorer. 3 goals already for the Lasers. Early entry into the oh-so-exclusive hat trick club. They have now taken over a minute off of this extra man advantage. No shots to their name yet. They're taking as much time as they want. Now 30 seconds left on the advantage, so let's see if the Lasers kick it into gear now. They've got someone coming now, cutting towards the goal. 20 seconds left on the advantage. Molly Beck, shot, and a save there by Taylor Stambow. Can they kill this penalty off? It looks like they may do that. 10 seconds left on the penalty. The Lasers have the advantage, but not for much longer. And these two teams are now at even strength as the penalty has officially been killed off. And right as Lauren de Guzman gets out of the penalty box area, the Lasers get the goal. That was number 12 once again, Cass Myers. I think she saw that the penalty was over and just knew that she only had a couple more seconds of advantage time and tried to make the most of it, and she did. A nice move by Cass Myers to get her second goal of the game. And now the Lasers are up in this one 6-2. It's a lovely afternoon, early morning for lacrosse here. Sun is out. Wind is not as big of a factor as it was yesterday, as it was a little chilly here yesterday. I'm not going to say it's warm out, but it's not as cold as it was yesterday. It's a great afternoon for lacrosse, and we got a great game in front of us right now. So far it's been. And Madison D'Amico taking it to the coast. Erin Moran catches the pass from D'Amico. She gets into the middle, shoots, and almost scores. Man, a little 360 spin around action for the goalkeeper for the Lasers, as Mackenzie O'Brien was not aware of where the ball was. Oh, good split there. Splitting the two defenders. Getting into a scoring area. Shot. Great save by Stambow. Gets the stick up there and somehow makes the save. Man, sometimes you're playing lacrosse, you're playing goalie in lacrosse, it's kill or be killed, and Stambow on that one just decided that she was not going to be killed. Hunter Giangrasso has the ball on her stick. She's got 2 Lasers chasing after her, now a third following. She's got to find somebody to pass it to, or it's going to be a turnover. Giangrasso. Great ride by the Lasers, forcing the turnover. Nope, actually, it's not a turnover, as the Knights are somehow able to scoop up the ground ball, get it to Tiana Hapsis, and she's fouled. Great defense there by the attacking midfielders of the Lasers almost forcing that turnover. Tiana Hapsis is just getting whacked trying to clear this ball. 2 times she's been fouled. Now a third. Actually, nope, that foul will go against the Knights. So the Lasers take over possession. They've got numbers and green in front of them. A lot of room for the Lasers. Now not so much. Madison D'Amico did a great job of cutting off the driving lane. And the defense is now set up for the Knights. Let's see what the Lasers have in store for them. Molly Beck passes that over to the other Molly Martinicio. Got Cass Myers back over to Martinicio. And now the game of hot potato continues. This has been the offensive game plan all game long for the Onondaga Lasers. Get that ball on the outside, work it around, and wait for one of your teammates to find an opening and cut towards the goal. It's worked so far, and that's why they've got the 6 goals to their name. Let's see if it works again here on this possession, as they have about 35 seconds on the shot clock, so still a lot of time for them to get something going. But no movement away from the ball yet. No one is cut towards the goal. This is interesting. 20 seconds on the shot clock now. Still, once again, no one is cut towards the goal. It's now finally someone cuts towards, but Cass Myers not going to pass it. Instead, she cuts herself with the ball. Pass. Looking for the shot. 3 seconds on the shot clock. It's a goal! Somehow, the Onondaga Lasers are able to get a goal there. Stambaugh was able to save it initially, but she couldn't save it on the rebound. That was a classic hockey goal right there, where the goalie makes the initial save, but isn't able to save it on the rebound. Man, what a disappointing outing right there for Taylor Stambaugh, as she initially made a terrific save, but just couldn't keep it out of the net. And Lacey Cowles now has a goal to her name, and a timeout taken by the Knights. A much needed one, as this game is starting to look a little ugly. 7-2 is the score now. That Lasers goal was scored by number 11, Lacey Cowles. Wonder what the offensive, or what the game plan in particular, is going to be for the Knights. Now, after this timeout, this has been a disappointing start to the game for this Knights team, even though they got a couple goals to their name. They just have not been able to keep the Onondaga Lasers out of their offensive zone. We don't keep track of time of possession, but if we did, that stat would definitely be in the favor of the Lasers. Even though the Lasers find themselves firmly in the driver's seat right now, 7-2, we know this Knights team can go on a nice 5-6 goal run. We saw them do it yesterday against a very good Genesee Cougars team. They went on a 7-goal run to start the game. So they're more than capable of getting back into this game. The Knights have the offensive firepower to be able to get back in, and the face-off has been pretty good for the Knights. The Madison D'Amico has been controlling those, just haven't been able to get anything going after that. Let's see what the offensive strategy will be for the Knights after this timeout. As the Lasers are headed back out on the field, followed by the Knights shortly. Two teams are now back out onto the field, and we are just over 10 minutes left in this first half. The score is 7-2, and there is just over 13 minutes left in the first half. We've almost played a full 20 minutes here, and the score 7-2 says it all. The Onondaga Lasers have been firmly in control here this afternoon. Once again, offensive strategy for the Lasers has stayed the same all game long, and why should it change? It's led to 7 goals. The Knights haven't proven that they can stop it. Molly Beck, ball on her stick. She's got 3 goals already to her name. She's looking for a 4th. Spin, shot, just over the net. Cass Myers can't catch that one, and it's scooped up by Hapsis. She's going to turn the Jets on, try and go. She's got 1 player in front of her now, 2, and a 3rd coming behind. Somehow is able to turn the Jets on, get around all of them. The sea is just parting for Hapsis, but she's not confident in that shot. She went for the pass instead. Hapsis went for the pass instead over to Mackenzie Lane. It was over her head, and that's a missed opportunity. Here come the Cougars. Here come the Lasers. Nice defensive move there by Madison D'Amico. Checked that ball out of the stick of Molly Beck. Ground ball scooped up by Erin Moran and the Knights. Here they go. Trying to get something. Moran loses control of the ball, but she's fouled. And she'll pass it over to Alexis Corbett-Fenical. Actually, no, she won't, as the whistle wasn't blown, so she'll have to restart this one. Erin Moran will take it herself. She's got an opening shot. Good save there by O'Brien. O'Brien made a nice save there. That was a low shot by Erin Moran, one of the toughest shots to defend if you're a goalkeeper. O'Brien got that big stick down there and made the save. Here come the Lasers on the attack. Don't have numbers, but they do have space. Lasers get the unit on the field that they want. A couple substitutions into the game. 25 seconds left on the shot clock, so still some time to get something going, but not as much time. And almost a turnover. Who's going to get control of this? Lasers will still have control. Molly Beck, I believe that was, had the ball on her stick, and she was fouled. She'll have an opportunity here on the restart. Nice goal. Molly Martinicio with her 2nd goal of the game. She's now only 1 goal behind Molly Beck for the lead. That was a nice move by her. Got herself into a scoring area after the restart. Finished the shot. 8-2 now is the score. 9 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first half. That Lasers goal was scored by number 6, Molly Martinicio. Alexis Corbett-Fenical. Looking for someone to pass to. Does. Finds Leila Stigler. Or Paige Stigler, excuse me. Here's Hunter Giangrasso. Nice stutter step. Shot. Better save. Man, Hunter Giangrasso got herself in a situation just like that earlier in the first half, and she was able to bury it into the back of the net. This time, a tremendous save by O'Brien. Here come the Lasers on the offensive, and stepped out of bounds. You get a defender on your inside, and you're trying to walk across that tightrope that is the end line. It's a little difficult. Cass Myers gets around one defender. She's got a couple of teammates in front of her. Let's see if she takes this herself or passes it over. Right now she's passing it behind the cage, and the Lasers will start their offensive unit this way. Lasers working that ball around. Under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Score is 8-2. It has been over 10 minutes since the last goal for the Knights. And a whistle. It will go against the Knights. Lauren de Guzman throwing her hands up as she's not sure what the penalty was on. And here's a great opportunity on the restart for Cass Myers. She'd get her third goal of the game here. Cass Myers with the bounce shot, and good. Third goal of the game. She's now tied for the leading goals with her teammate Molly Beck. 9-2 with just over 7 minutes left here in this first half. And the wheels on the bus are certainly not going round and round right now. They're about to fall off. That Lasers goal was scored by number 12, Cass Myers. Scoreboard doesn't reflect the accurate score right now, as it says 8-2, but should be 9-2. Unless I counted wrong, which is definitely a possibility. Molly Martinicio passes it back. That's Molly Beck back on the field. Back the shot. Good. Right as we get the scoreboard fixed with the right score, they add another one on there. 10-2. My goodness. Molly Beck pulling out jives and jamboree handouts. 2 turntables and a microphone. Where it's at. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to use a different Beck song. In the second half, I'm going to Molly Beck heard that Cass Myers had tied her for the lead in goals in this game, and she didn't like that very much, so she got her 4th goal of the game. Nice move by Molly Beck. It is now 10-2. And fans, I want to take this time to remind you, please do not forget about our Lace Up with Lax event here at CCBC Essex, ending homelessness one step at a time. That event is going to be here March 20th. CCBC Essex Stadium starts at 4 o'clock with men's lacrosse action and then women's lacrosse action at 6 o'clock. Please bring mostly black new shoes for children, items to be donated to Eastern Family Resource Center, and of course, this is America. Cash donations are also accepted. That Lasers goal was scored by number 3, Molly Beck. Alexis Corbett-Fenical. Alexis Corbett-Fenical is going to have a great chance here on the restart. Shot! Great save. What a tremendous save against one of the better goal scorers in this conference. That was a great save by O'Brien. Alexis Corbett-Fenical, that had goal written all over it. O'Brien had other plans, though. Just over 6 minutes left here in this first half, and the score is 10-2 in favor of the Lasers. The Lasers would definitely like to get another couple goals before halftime, I'm sure. Nothing I've seen from the Lasers in this game makes me think that they're going to take their foot off the gas pedal at any time in this contest. And why would you? Especially when goal differential comes into such a play when we get into tournament time. Lasers with possession of the ball. Fake the shot, drove into the middle, but a good collapse by the defense for the Knights, and the Lasers have to restart this possession. Shot, but a foul before the shot, and so there will be a restart opportunity for the Cougars. That is number 18, Camille O'Kane, out of Memphis, New York. She shoots and does not score. Great save by Stambow. That was another one. Sometimes it is just kill or be killed when you're in between the pipes, and that time Stambow just decided that she wasn't going to be killed. Saved that from going out of bounds. Nope, little too late. Lasers will take over possession of this ball, and, man, that's a costly turnover. If you are a Knights player, coach, or fan, that's going to be one that may come back to haunt you, especially if the Lasers can get a couple more goals here in the late stages of this first half. Got a fresh shot clock to work with, too. Ball going from side to side. At the cross in the middle. Can't catch that one cleanly. Scoop it up, though. Spin into the middle. Now the switch. Good collapse on the defense, by the defense for the Knights. And now a whistle away from the ball again. Who's going to take possession here? Looks like the Lasers will have possession. Molly Martinicio. Ball on her stick, restart, good scoring position, and she can't finish, just wide of the net. Tried to go for a low shot, low bounce shot, and just a little wide. Doesn't get much closer than that. But apparently she was fouled before the shot, so she'll get another try at it. Just over 3 minutes left here in the first half. Molly Martinicio is knocking on opportunity's door as she is 1 goal away from joining the Hat Trick Club. Molly back now. She's got the ball on her stick. She'll have the chance on the restart. Can't finish. She passes it over. And Molly Martinicio can't finish either both times. Nice move there from the Lasers. Almost led to a goal. Lasers. Nice move there, Molly Beck. Another goal. Under 3 minutes left to play, and the score is now 11-2 as Molly Beck with another goal. Molly Beck, it's almost like she knows that there's a destination a little up the road from the habitations in the towns we know. The place we saw with the lights turned low, Jigsaw Jag, and the Jamboree Toes. That Lasers goal was scored by number 3, Molly Beck. So fans, if you're familiar with play at this level, you know that if the Lasers take a 10-point lead, then the running clock will be turned on, which will not help the Knights' chances of getting back into this game. Madison D'Amico, pass over to Hapsis. Now Gian Grasso. She wants to get the ball to Corbett Fennicle and does. Corbett Fennicle taking her time, waiting for something to open up. She takes a pick play. Now she goes into the middle. And great closeout defense there by the Lasers. And Gian Grasso almost got her 3rd goal on a cut there. She caught the pass, shot it, but a great save by O'Brien. And the Lasers keep their 9-goal lead alive for a little bit longer. Corbett Fennicle may change that here. She's fouled. She's going to get a chance on a restart. So great opportunity for her to score a goal here. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half. The score right now is 11-2. Good save there by O'Brien once again. Lasers on the attack. They've got numbers and space. Cowles, no one's stopping the ball right now, so she's going to take it back and allow her offensive teammates to get a chance to set up and get into their offensive rhythm. Not a very good transition defense. Not very good transition defense there from the Knights. And again, it's hard to play good transition defense when you've been running ragged all game. Halftime's going to be a much-needed break for this Knights team as the Lasers have really dominated here in the first half. Under a minute to play in this first half, the Lasers are trying to get their first double-digit lead of the game with their next goal. And they won't get it. Molly Martinicio doesn't get much closer than that. She cut towards right in front of the crease, caught the pass, and shot it, but was just wide of the net. Another opportunity. Oh, just missed. That time, I believe that was Molly Beck. A timeout is taken by the by the Lasers. Timeout taken by the Lasers, and they're going to want to talk offensive strategy here for that final 15 seconds of this first half. They want to get that goal and get that 10 goal advantage before going into halftime. What a tremendous first half of lacrosse this has been for the Cougars, and particularly young sophomore midfielder Molly Beck out of Mexico Academy. She has 5 goals already here in the first half. That's very impressive. Mackenzie Lane of the Knights yesterday against the Genesee Cougars had 5 goals in the first half. So with that being said, the Knights not out of this one just yet. They've got the firepower to be able to get back into this, but they're going to want to hold this lead to single digits before going into halftime. They'd feel a lot better about their second half chances down by 9 as opposed to being down by 10. And that is your Captain Obvious statement of the broadcast. Lasers are back out onto the field, followed by the Knights. And with 15 seconds left in the first half, the Lasers are going to have an opportunity to take a 10-point lead with another goal here. Laser shot, no good. Got enough time for another shot, though, if they can go quick. 3-2, they're not going to be able to get it off. That'll be all she wrote for the first half. As the final score after 30 minutes is 11-2 in favor of the Onondaga Lasers. We'll be back after a short break. And hopefully for the Knights, this second half is a lot prettier than the first half was. We'll be back after this break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here and ready for the final 30 minutes of action here. 11-2 is the score as we're about to start our second half. 2 goals for the Knights came off the stick of number 5, Hunter Giangrasso. A couple different goal scorers for the Lasers, led by number 3, Molly Beck, who had 5 goals. Cass Myers, number 12, had 3 goals. Lacey Cowles, number 11, had 1 goal. And then number 6, Molly Martinicio, had 2 goals to her name as well. So let's see if the goal-scoring barrage continues here in the second half. And a shot there, very close to goal scoring, and the rebound is a goal. Cass Myers, number 12, I believe that was. Now she has 4 goals to her name. Cass Myers, 3 goals in the first half, now 1 in the second. And actually, that is not Cass Myers. That's number 18, Camille O'Kane. Cass Myers, sorry to give you some credit there. That was undeserved. Camille O'Kane, the sophomore attack out of Memphis, New York, Bishop London High School. That Lasers goal was scored by number 18, Camille O'Kane. So Camille with the nice goal there. She had a couple opportunities at goal scoring earlier in this game, just couldn't capitalize on them. Seeing a lot of the second unit out there, even though the Lasers don't have much of a second unit. This isn't a very deep team. They are out there, though. Ollie Beck looking for more goals, I'm sure. The running clock has now been turned on since the Lasers have a 10-point lead, and it'll remain on until that lead is brought back down to single digits. And somebody's excited about that call. Shot, good. Nice move there on the restart. That was Cass Myers. Yes, it is. That was Cass Myers, and that is another goal for her. So she now does officially have her 4th goal. 3 in the first half, now 1 in the second half as well. That Lasers goal was scored by number 12, Cass Myers. And another shot. That one was missed, just wide. And first one to the end line, though, was the Lasers, so they'll still have possession of the ball. Thinking about the shot there instead. And a shot and score. So many of the Lasers goals in the first half did not come off the restart. Now they've already got 2 quick restart goals to start the second half. That one, number 24, that's her first goal of the game. Megan Evangelista out of Liverpool, New York, Liverpool High School, sophomore attack. First goal of the game for Megan. That Lasers goal was scored by number 24, Megan Evangelista. So a nice move there by the Lasers, led to a goal, and now they're going to have another opportunity at a goal here on the restart. Wheels really falling off the bus for the Knights in the late stages of this second half, or in the early stages of this second half, excuse me. Certainly not looking pretty right now. Madison D'Amico trying to turn the Jets on, go the distance. I don't know why the whistle, but Knights still in possession here. Madison D'Amico taking it in. There's Erin Moran. Moran, good closeout defense. Mackenzie Lane just over the net, and Erin Moran was closest to the end line. First one there, so they'll still have possession here, the Knights. And what a great opportunity Mackenzie Lane had in front of her. Just missed. She hasn't had many opportunities. The Lasers have definitely been keying in on her in this game. Here's Alexis Corbett-Fenical. Working the ball around, back to Corbett-Fenical. Now over to Gian Grasso. Mackenzie Lane, the shot just missed. Man, that was pretty close. I believe we're able to get a stick on that ball, and that was a good save by the goalkeeper, or it was just a little bit inaccurate. So many bodies around the crease there, I wasn't able to see. But a good play, regardless, by Mackenzie Lane, almost ends up being a goal. And now they're playing the walk-up game right now. No one challenging the goalkeeper. Lasers working it around this circle. Not much action away from the ball, and now the Lasers top of the key. Great ball movement for the Lasers all game long. This is, I don't remember, I think I can count on one hand how many times a pass that they've thrown has hit the ground. And right there, a nice goal by Molly Beck. Got a couple of couches, sleep on the love seat. Molly Beck with another goal. That gives her now 6 in the game. Let's double check that. Yep, 6. 5 in the first, 1 here in the second. And if I was a betting man, I'd say she's going to have a couple more as well. Molly Beck definitely has her fingerprints all over this game. That Lasers goal was scored by number 3, Molly Beck. Fans here in attendance have heard Molly Beck's name a lot here this afternoon. Played a full 10 minutes here in the second half, and the score is 15-2. 4 quick goals here in this second half for the Lasers. Lasers working the ball around once again. Tiana Hapsis scoops up the ground ball after the turnover by the Lasers. And, man, that's a big surprise there for the Lasers to see him put the ball on the ground there. In our last possession, I was just talking about how few times they've put the ball on the ground here in that game. Maybe I jinxed them. As once again, they put the ball on the ground. That was a great scoring opportunity. Molly Beck's there to scoop up the ground ball, though, and she'll restart this offensive possession for the Knights, or for the Lasers, excuse me. Defense for the Knights is working extra hard here in this game. They've been working overtime since the starting whistle. Lasers' first goal came not even 30 seconds into the first half. And that has been a great example of what kind of game it's been here. Shot. No, not much of an angle there for the shot. But Vanessa Babcock was taking it anyway, and she almost got it to go in for her. Whistle. We're slowing things down here. We'll have a restart as we are close to the 15-minute mark of the second half, which means we've almost played a full 15 minutes. Here are the Lasers working that ball from the side to side once again. Now going around the circle clockwise. Cutting into the middle. Shot. Good. That's Cass Myers with another goal. Now 5 goals to her name. (15-2) as the clock continues to run. The running clock was turned on after the Lasers got a 10-point lead. Now the score is 16-2 after Cass Myers' 5th goal of the game. She had 3 in the first half and now 2 here in the second half. As my dad would say, this is a good old-fashioned beatdown right now. Great coachable moment, though, early in the season. If you're head coach Candace Schroeder of the Knights, this could be one of those games at the end of the season you look back on and know that this was the game that kind of showed what kind of team you were going to be. This is a very coachable moment for sure. And you want to get these losses out of the way early on in the season because you can improve so much after a loss like this. It'll be a good, hard week of practice after this game, I'm sure. But still lots of time left to play, and the Knights can get a couple more goals, make this game a little closer. Haven't put up much of a fight here this afternoon, but I don't think that's an example of what kind of team this is, the Knights are. I think it's more of an example of how good of a team this Onondaga Lasers team is. That Lasers goal was scored by number 12, Cass Myers. Now here is another restart. This one will go for the Lasers in their defensive zone, and they're trying to turn the Jets on. I believe that is Molly Martinicio. It is, number 6. She went defense to offense with some urgency there. That was very impressive. Now get it past the midfield line and into the offensive zone, and the Lasers don't have numbers, but they do have a lot of space in front as Lauren de Guzman finally came out and closed off that driving lane. Defense a little bit out of sort here for the Knights in the early part of this possession, but they get back into shape. And now under 15 minutes left to play in this contest. 16-2 is the score. Ball's on the ground. Who's going to scoop it? Who wants it more? Right now the Lasers have it. Here's Camille cutting towards the goal. Excuse me, that's Cass Myers cutting towards the goal. Now behind the cage. Finds a teammate in front. Goes for the bounce shot, but it bounces over and to the side of the net. Nice move by Martinicio. Nice move there by number 6, Molly Martinicio, to get into an area where she could rip off a shot. She got fouled before the shot, so she'll have a chance on the restart here. Molly desperately trying to join her teammates Cass Myers and Molly Beck in the hat trick club. Hunter Giangrasso for the Knights is also just one goal away from joining that hat trick club for this game. After the restart, I believe that's Lauren de Guzman who will have the ball on her stick. She does. Pass it over to Hapsis. Lauren wanted to get rid of that ball as quickly as possible, and I can't blame her. She had a lot of blue jerseys around her, and also you can't go wrong with getting that ball on Tiana Hapsis' stick, as she can go and do offense to defense just like she did so quickly. Somehow she scoops up that ground ball. Having a hard time controlling it, though. Tiana Hapsis so fast, so quick. She has that ability to get that ball on her stick and just go defense to offense with such urgency. She had that same gift in soccer as well here. Lasers restart this. Alexandra Franklin, freshman defensive player out of Maryvale Prep, is into the game, seeing her first action of the contest for the Knights. Here are the Lasers as we approach the final 10 minutes of play here, and what has been a dominating effort by the Lasers, but a very good effort by the Knights. Most teams would just give up in a situation like this, going up against a high-powered Lasers offense that is dominated from the get-go. A lot of teams would just roll over and play dead. The Knights, not one of those teams. They're sticking in it, playing hard defense, and trying to get something going offensively. Like I said before, this is a great coachable game for Candace Schroeder, the head coach for the Knights. Obviously going to be disappointed at the final outcome when the clock hits triple zeros, but she's got to be proud of her team's effort and heart here in this game. And right there, the effort and heart was on full display as Erin Moran was working overtime to try and get to that ball, try and scoop up that ground ball and get a goal. She was close to goal scoring if she would have been able to get that ground ball. And now here come the Lasers, close to the sideline. And a hit by Franklin. Nice check there. Puts the ball on the ground. You had 2 white jerseys and 2 blue jerseys. Who's going to come away with it? Nobody, as the foul was called. And Franklin will take it on the restart. Hey, it's Franklin. Come into my house. Ten minutes left here in this contest. 16-2. Lasers behind the cage. Now working it around the circle. Clockwise. Under 10 minutes to play. 16-2 is the score. Lasers, I can't say they've taken their foot off the gas pedal because they're still looking to score, but they're not as aggressive in pressing the issue. They know that this game is well in their grasp. You can hear the communication out on the field. Great communication from the Essex Knights defense. Communication key in defense. Good move by Hapsis, almost forcing the turnover as that ball ends up going on the ground. The Lasers are able to scoop it up, though. Cass Myers is the one closest to it, and the shot clock expires, so shot clock violation. "90-second shot clock here at this level as opposed to the 24-second shot clock in the NBA. Lacrosse is already such a fast-paced game. Imagine how much faster it would be if they had a 24-second shot clock. I like the shot clock addition, though. It's especially for games like this. A lot of times you can see teams just hold on to the ball and just play hot potato. With that shot clock, you know that team cannot do that. You're going to have to move the ball around and try and get something going. So it makes for a more fast-paced game. Hunter Giangrasso over to D'Amico, and D'Amico now over to Franklin. Franklin's got one player in front of her, so she gives it up to Corbett Fennicle, who's going to try and go through a couple players. Instead, she'll take it back out and restart this. Passes it over to Giangrasso. It's good offensive possession for them, but they've only got 15 seconds left on the shot clock, so it's going to come to an end soon if they can't get something going. And Mackenzie Lane, her first goal of the game. Nice move by Lane with only 9 seconds left on the shot clock. She almost did a Charles Barkley impression there. She posted up on the smaller defender for the Lasers and then spun around into a scoring area, finished that shot into the top corner. As the clock continues to run, 16-3 is now the score. Mackenzie Lane, her first goal of the game. That night's goal was scored by number 20, Mackenzie Lane. Mackenzie Lane fan club not nearly as vocal here this afternoon as they were yesterday. And a yellow card issued, I believe. Who's that issued to? Hunter Giangrasso, I believe, is the player who's walking off the field. Don't like to see yellow cards issued, especially this late in the game. Usually that's an example of just nerves and not nerves, excuse me. That's usually just an example of emotions getting the best of you. Cass Myers with another goal there. Honestly, didn't even see the goal. It was announcing the Mackenzie Lane goal and looked away just for a second, and that's all it takes the Lasers to be able to get a shot off. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you once again, do not forget about the event here on March 20th, Lace Up with Lax, ending homelessness one step at a time, March 20th here at CCBC Essex Stadium. That event kicks off 4 o'clock with men's lacrosse action and then 6 o'clock with women's lacrosse action. That Lasers goal was scored by number 12, Cass Myers. As you hear the goal scorer on the last Lasers goal, but once again, women's lacrosse action at 6 o'clock after men's lacrosse action at 4 o'clock. And please bring mostly black new shoes for children, items to be donated to Eastern Family Resource Center. Cash donations also accepted, of course. And if you need more information, please visit www.laceupwithlax.org or www.ccbcessexnights.com. It's going to be an event you're not going to want to miss. March 20th here at CCBC Essex Stadium. Men's lacrosse action at 4 o'clock as the Knights take on Finger Lakes, and then women's lacrosse action at 6 o'clock as the Knights take on the Frederick Cougars. And you're not going to want to miss that one, particularly because that Frederick Cougars and Knights game is a rivalry game. Those are two teams that match up very well against each other. Not going to want to miss that one. Clock continues to run as we are now just 3 minutes away from the final whistle and the clock hitting triple zeros. Disappointing afternoon if you're a Knights fan, player, or coach. Another day at the office if you are a player or coach or fan of the Onondaga Lasers. Lasers, one of the perennial top teams in the nation. This year looks to be no exception. But I believe these two teams will be meeting again, possibly in the tournament. This Knights team, I don't think this afternoon is in any indication of what kind of program or what kind of team this Knights team is going to be this year. This is going to be a very good team that they just happened to run into a buzzsaw named the Onondaga Lasers this afternoon. The Lasers are going to do that to a lot of good teams this year. They're going to come in. There's going to be a lot of teams that go up against the Lasers feeling very confident, and they're going to be leaving the game not feeling as confident because this Lasers team is going to be a good one this year. This Knights team is going to be a good one as well. Ball controlled by the Lasers, and they can't hold it for the end of the game, but they can hold it for the last. They can hold it as much as they want, really. This game hasn't been in doubt, really, since the halfway point of the first half. Lasers have pretty much dominated this one from the start, and that is going to be a hit to the head. Lauren de Guzman's going to take a seat on the bench. And I don't know if we'll see her back in this game because that is probably going to be a 2-minute penalty. Usually a hit to the head is 2 minutes. So Lauren will take that seat in the penalty area, and that'll be all she wrote for her afternoon. Under a minute left to play now, and the Lasers will have another chance at goal. Here on the restart, Oh, shot just missed. Doesn't get much closer than that. The Lasers will have another chance. 45 seconds left. They can make this 18-3 or keep it at 17-3 as the shot clock and game clock are not identical. And they will get another goal. That's Lacey Cowles. That's her second goal of the game. She had one in the first half. And that'll be the last play of the game because I don't think we're going to have another face-off. Probably just going to let the clock run out. The final score in this one is going to be 18-3. That's all she wrote. As the clock is just about to hit triple zeros. And that's all. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this afternoon's contest. We thank you for joining us this evening. As you leave, please drive carefully and arrive home safely. All right, that is the final score in this one, 18-3. And it was not a very pretty afternoon of lacrosse here for the CCBC Essex women's team, but it's going to be a very exciting